Hello and welcome to Digging the Coast 365. Today we're in, I don't know where we are, to be honest with you, Fishguard stroke, let me just check, Goodwick. This is Goodwick Beach. Not much of a beach, very rocky, very pebbly, raining, pretty cold, a bit of wind. Not the ideal day, certainly not for a camera. But we'll see how we get on. Very interesting place is this. It is the last place England ever got invaded by anybody else. Fact. I know there's a lot of you out there who are dying to know the rock results. The results for the best rock. Right, in fourth place was rock B, which was the very plain, pretty boring looking one. There you go. That had 3%. Then it was rock C with 10%, which had a little vein going through it. And then with 21% was rock D, which makes rock A the winner with 64%. This is people's favourite kind of rock. You know, that is the first ever worldwide rock geology survey ever taken. If you ask people around the world, the majority prefer rocks like this. So let's just do away with these. Nobody likes them. There's only 3% of people like them. And they probably only voted for that one because they felt sorry for it. So yeah, let's fill us beaches with these babies. They're beautiful. Just finding a lot of scrap at the moment. It's a very scrappy beach, but it's a beach I'd love to do on a warm day when the tide is fully out, because you've got all these rocks here. It's quite pooly at the moment. There's too much water in there for me to be doing it, but I should imagine when the tide's fully out and you've got some nice weather, that'd be a really good place to do. Wasn't expecting that. 12 gauge shotgun cartridge end on the beach. Who's been firing a shotgun on a beach? What kind of nutter would do that? Believe it or not, that is 2p, a 2p piece underneath there. And 2000 and something. I can read the 20. Honestly, I feel so sorry for metal detectorists of the future, because the coins are just battered. There's not going to be any coins worth finding once we've got all the old ones out of the ground. So just have 2p there, 50p over there, and now a dog tag, look, called Sam. Just had a nice local guy stop and have a chat with me, metal detectors as well. He has a white, doesn't know who I am. And we had a good chat, and I didn't realise this French invasion which happened, I thought it was like a mile away from here. It's not. It is literally just here. And apparently some locals have found musket balls. So I'm going to do this little bit, or a bit of it. And fingers crossed, I would love to find a musket ball from that battle from 1797 it was, when the French invaded. It was 4 ships which came in, 4 French ships, and there is a fort on the top there, and there's some cannons, and they were firing at them. So there's a big battle here. I'll tell you the rest of the story later, because I've got places to take you. So I've come to the exact area where the French invaded now. Going through all this, it's very hard, it's very dirty. Like people do say to me, you know, why don't you metal detect when it rains? You can still metal detect when it rains. The reason I don't do it in the rain and try not to get mucky is because it's very hard for me to dry my clothes and wash my clothes on a regular basis. So it's not like I can just go home on a night and sort all my clothes out like you can. I've just found something. It's not from the Napoleonic War, but we have a hammerhead. A hammerhead, that's pretty cool. I'm expecting to find a few little relic-y things like this down here. So I'm hoping to find a musket ball. I think I've just found one, a fired one. Check it out. I'm pretty sure that is a fired musket ball. Someone confirm that for me. If it is, that, my friends, is going to be from 1797, from the last invasion of Britain. I really hope it is. But I'm not going to stop there. I want to find something more definite than that, you know? A proper round one would be nice. Such an interesting place. And another one. These are not super defining though. But the back of that, look, that's something fired. More lead. It's got like rifling on it. That's what I can't understand, you know. See the circles there? This is a very soft lead though. This isn't like the others I've been finding. Definitely the most exciting place I've metal detected in a long time, and I've just found something pretty damn good. It's a button. How old is that button? Lead. Every single I'm getting down here is lead. Most of it's just scrappy bits of lead, but that is definitely a lead button. How old? I want to know. That could be French. It could be French, you never know from a soldier. It's time for today's poll. Vote. Oh yes, it'll be coming up there soon, or up there, where you can vote A, B, C or D. Today you've got to decide which is the sexiest limpet. So here are today's contenders. We have limpet number 1, limpet number 2, limpet number 3 and limpet number 4. I'll show you a close-up of each one. There's limpet number 1, looking good on top. Yeah, not bad for a little limpet. That's number 1. Number 2. Yeah, beautiful. Been looking after himself, that one. Limpet number 3. The tallest of the limpets. This was the strongest, and it's the darkest colour inside. Or limpet number 4. Rather slimmer than the others. So there you go. Please get your votes in now by clicking on the poll, the little eye in the top corner. Limpet A, B, C or D, and we'll find out which is the sexiest limpet at Fishguard. I so nearly just stood on that. Look at that for a jellyfish. That's the biggest I've seen on this trip so far. That is beautiful. So these are the parts I did find. I did find 50p, and there's a 2p as well somewhere, but not interested in them. These are the pieces of lead. Now, just look at them. They must be from fired shots. That one certainly looks like it to me. That one certainly looks like it to me. That one, round circle in there. Just bits of lead shot. But I'm pretty sure some of these are from fired musket balls. And look at these two here. Must be. These must be something to do with that invasion. And then this wonderful, wonderful button. No idea how old that could be. And I've been thinking about it, you know. This Sam, it might not be a dog. There's a good chance that's like a soldier's dog tag. Yeah, that's probably what it is. A soldier called Sam. And they're just for decoration. Like a 1.5 mussels there. So that was my session on the beach. Really enjoyed that today. I like doing beaches like this, you know. Rocky, a little bit sandy, a little bit wet, where things don't sink and things are still on top. I like it. I've enjoyed today. I've been here for quite a few hours as well. What I will say is, if they are musket balls, which I've found, and I've got about 10 in there in my pocket, if they are musket balls, which I'm pretty sure they are, and they will be from 1797, what I would say is these 4 French ships came in here. I think the tide was in, okay, or partly in. I think the ship's got to about here. because there's very few signals further out. Most of them are further in, and they all seem to be up this side. So I'm guessing the ships came in here and they all ran up this side. 1,400 soldiers, and all the English will have been firing at them from the beach over there and from up here, I'm sure. That's my theory. So now let me tell you the facts about the Battle of Fishguard, where the 4 French ships came in here in 1797 to try and invade Britain. So as I say, there were 4 French ships which had 1,400 soldiers on board, which came in here, and Britain only had 750 soldiers, so completely outnumbered were the British. Here are the casualties on both sides. On Great Britain's side, the casualties and losses, very light. That's all it says. On the French Republic side, 33 killed, 1,360 captured, and 2 ships captured. Britain won. So the battle took place on the 22nd of February, only lasted 2 days, and the French were headed by a guy called Colonel Tate, and he was an Irish American, and he fought against the British in the American War of Independence. Why he was heading a French fleet, I don't know. One of the problems the French had is that half of their soldiers weren't actually normal soldiers, they were just called irregulars, and they were just people they'd grab from anywhere to fight for them. And once they'd got on land here in Britain, they didn't want to fight, so they just ran off and started looting local places. That left half of the French, and the British all got together. All the locals armed themselves, everyone came down here and started firing at them. That's probably the musket balls I've been finding today. So once all the deserters had gone, there were only about 600 French left, and they decided, this Colonel Tate, he decided to take them. They took over a local farm, and they stayed around that local farm, and he just said, right guys, you've got to live off the land, just feed yourselves in any way possible that you can. Meanwhile, the British knew that they'd landed, and word had spread around, and all the forces from Britain were coming here, ready to kick these guys' butts. Now, in this early part of the battle, there were only about 190 British troops here. All the rest were the ones who came later on. So, the British were pretty terrified, to be honest. They were running away, a lot of them, because these French were pillaging and trying to get food and taking over all the shops and things, and so the British were just like standing back waiting for reinforcements to come. So the next day there was some pretty heavy fighting, shooting at each other through the day, and then that night 2 French officers went into the Royal Oak pub in Fishguard, because they knew that's where the, like the heads of the British army were. And they said to the British, they says, okay, we will give you a chance to surrender. And the British just says, you're having a laugh, aren't you? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll let you surrender. We'll give you till 10 o'clock in the morning to get all your troops back onto Goodwill Beach, this beach. Otherwise, we're going to kick everyone's bottoms and you're all going to die. So the French thought about this, these 2 officers. They thought about it and they thought, you know what? Maybe they have got a few more men than us. Maybe we should just run away. So they started beating the drums, did the French, and all the troops came back to this beach to surrender, which they did at 10 o'clock in the morning. What a set of wimps. And that is the last time anyone has or will try to invade Britain. Because we're uninvadable, I'm telling you. So I am now right in the centre of Fishguard, and there's this cannon here, and I've made some inquiries, and apparently this is nothing to do with the battle. It's just like, I don't know, a tourist attraction maybe. It's pointing directly at the pub, the Royal Oak, where the treaty was signed. My batteries are getting a little bit low on my phone, so I'm not going to be taking you to the fort, which I said I might take you to. So I've shown you this cannon, I've shown you the pub. Inside the pub, behind the bar, is a musket, a musket gun, and the pouch, and they are from the actual battle from 1797, which is pretty fantastic. And in storage in the back, they've got a table where they actually signed the treaty, the table. But it's in storage, and I was trying to get them to show me it, but the young girl behind the bar wouldn't let me. It's beautiful. You are beautiful, aren't you? But you're shaking. What's wrong with you? What are you shaking like that for? There's no need to shake. You don't have to be scared. You're not scared, are you? There's something wrong with that dog. It's like shaking like there's something really wrong with it. It's like having a stroke or something. Oh, bless you. I love you to bits. Now, as you might know, I'm a member of Weight Watchers, but I'm allowed so many treats per day, and these are 2 of my treats per day. I think I'm allowed another 4. By the way, just in case you're interested about the jellyfish, sometimes I just presume everybody knows everything like I do. Some of you might not know, so I'll just tell you a little bit about it. It's called the lion's mane jellyfish, also known as the giant jellyfish, and it's the largest kind of jellyfish which has ever been found. Now, that one was quite small, but you know the round bit in the middle? Now, the biggest one ever found was, I believe it was in 1890 in Massachusetts in America. And it was 7'6" wide, just the round bit on top, and its tentacles were 121 feet long. Just thought I'd tell you that. Normally found in the Arctic, but very common in the North Atlantic as well. So you do get them around the British coast. You know, generally smaller ones like I found today, but that is a very big one for, you know, a small one of that species, but a very big one as far as jellyfish are concerned. I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about the jellyfish because some people might be interested, and I'm a professional. Have a good night. So let's bring you up to date with the charity Rays of Sunshine, see how much we've raised now. People who have donated in the last 24 hours, we've got Lewis Thompson, doesn't say how much Lewis. Dean, £50, Mark Dix, £20, Larry Waring, $20, Mr Teach, £30, Chad and Naomi, $30, Essential Soap, $30, Captain Charlie, £10, Stuart Wright, £5, John from New York, $5, and Damien Jones, £10. That's £185 in the last 24 hours. Excuse me. Which now brings us total to £32,273. Well done, guys. Very, very well done. So as I say, that's £185 in the last 24 hours. I've worked it out. From now until the end of the trip, we have to raise £110 every day. So I'm not going to ask you to donate. I'll let somebody else do it for me.
Thank you very much for your donation. Please keep the donations coming to Rays of Sunshine. All you need to do is click the links below. Go to Digging the Coast 365 so we can help raise money and make dreams come true for our terminally ill and sick kids. Keep the donations coming. Thank you.
I was just stroking a dog then. Yeah, I've had 15 videos to put in, so thank you very much for all of them. I'll use them all in the next few weeks. Look out for yours. So a big thank you for joining me today on a little special French invasion of Britain episode. I enjoyed that. I will see you bright and early tomorrow on Digging the Coast 365.